So guys, we have an information that is very, very important. Burkina Faso Minister of Digital Transformation has just met with the United States ambassador to Burkina Faso to discuss potential cooperation in the area of digitalization, cybersecurity, infrastructure, and personal data protection. Ladies and gentlemen, Burkina Faso discussing a very critical issue with the biggest Hydra head. Oh my goodness. To me, how I feel about this old news, I don't feel good about it. I don't know about you. Burkina Faso discussing a critical issue with the United States. I think it's like you are playing into the. I don't know. I don't know who is playing who. I don't know who is trying to discuss the information. I don't know if the news was interpreted correctly. I don't know if it's the United States ambassador discussing this critical issue with the Burkina Faso, Minister of Digital Transformation. I don't know what that woman is transforming, in my own opinion. She's not about to transform anything. Discussing with the US, you can discuss with China. That's okay. You can discuss with Russia. That's okay. But discussing with the United States, oh man, I don't get that where that is coming from anyway. But it's just a discussion. It hasn't been implemented. So according to the information we had, they said number one thing that they will be, doing will be the complete construction of data centers, of which Burkina Faso already accomplished 70% of that task. The second thing is extension of network coverage to over 500 new locations, introduction of electronic identity cards, and launching $150 million digital transformation acceleration project. Guys, what do you think about this? If Turkey has just banned Grok over alleged insults to Erdogan, the president of Turkey, and according to what we heard, Grok will no longer be able to function and will no longer be available to the Turkish people. Okay? Even if Turkey is part of NATO, their moves tend towards being a more neutral country. That's just what I think. And again, Iran recently just banned the GPS to ally with Chinese networking system called the BACKDOor. Now, all these strategic moves are happening just to save these countries from misinformation, from tampering with critical data, and we know the country that tries to spy on everybody and all of that. Remember when the United States was actually spying on the Chinese, using the GPS system, and that was what even brought about the BACKDOor in the first place. But here is Burkina Faso discussing cooperation in the area of digitalization, you know. And when you look at the things that they were discussing, introduction of electronic identity cards, extension of network coverage over 500 locations, completion of data centers. You're talking about cyber security, you're talking about infrastructure, and you're talking about personal data protection. When you expose your personal data protection to the United States, it's more as if there is just talk about exchanging personal data. Remove the protection from it. It's not protected. And I just personally, I do feel like Captain Ibrahim Traoré is smarter than this information I'm seeing. I actually feel like that is just a discussion. It doesn't hold water. Why do I think so? Have you all noticed that when there is a discussion in Burkina Faso that holds water, right? You see Burkina Faso's president, Ibrahim Traoré, receiving either the envoy, the ambassador, the ministers, or he would be the one to receive the guest. But once you have a minister, a diplomat or whatsoever receiving the guest,
Unis veulent reconstruire une coopération solide avec le Burkina Faso. À l'initiative du président Donald Trump, le sous-secrétaire d'État américain pour l'Afrique de l'Ouest, Will Stevens, est reçu par le ministre des Affaires étrangères, Karamoko Jean-Marie Traoré. L'envoyé de Donald Trump prône une relation dans le respect mutuel et dans le respect de la souveraineté de chaque pays.
To work together with Burkina Faso. Qu'on veut travailler ensemble avec le Burkina pour construire une relation pragmatique basée sur le respect pour la souveraineté du Burkina et essayer de trouver des endroits où on peut collaborer mutuellement. Où nous pouvons travailler ensemble pour aborder les défis.
Au cours de cette audience, les deux parties ont exploré différents domaines et opportunités de coopération comme le commerce et la sécurité. L'objectif est clair pour la partie américaine.
That's just some empty talks that won't fly, okay? But I believe that Burkina Faso will do better. You understand? I don't know what they are using right now. I don't know, how they do their networking and every other thing. But man, aligning with the US in terms of digital transformation, to me, I don't know. But I just think it's not the best move, if everybody is turning towards China for more protection and more, security, and you turn into the United States that just slammed the 10%, sanction, a 10% tariff on every country that tried to ally with the BRICS. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion in the comment section below. It's your boy 7200 signing out. Enough said, but before I go, I give a lot of salute to everyone in the Android community. Thanks for the comment, thanks for the like, thanks for the subscription, and thanks for always coming back to, be a part of our movement. A luta continua, Victoria Santa. Homeland or death will all prevail because we are fighting for one cause here. It doesn't matter where you're from. We are brothers in arm at this point. We're fighting for a free Africa. You know, I don't know if I've even spent half of my entire life. I don't know if I've spent above 50% of my years, but the remaining 50%, serving this cause is like serving the greatest cause for your children unborn. And you have to join this movement because, joining this movement is you belonging to the right cause of history. So, guys, see you on the next video.